See my little friend. Got one on this side. And then I got one on this side. Yep, the joys of farm living. Yeah, this is my shop. I need a hammer, a crowbar. I need the big hammer. Looks good to me. Well, today we got to do some work on the house before winter gets here. See these 4 columns right here in the front of the house? It is all rotted out. Even the boards underneath, inside, I don't know if you can see that, they're rotted out. So today's project, thank you, car. Today's project is to replace these 4 columns. So let's get to work. Well, so far I got these 2 done. This is just what we're doing right now. Just putting 4x4s in there over those 2x4s that were in there. It's not the greatest work, but it will work. You can see we're using a jack over there to hold this thing up as we pull these out. But I will case these up when I'm done with them. I have my son helping me here. I don't get to see him very much because he works all the time. But our first action is we got to take these trim boards out. And they're wedged in there because that overhang is pushing down on those boards. And it's just got them wedged in there. But you pound on them enough, they'll come out. You just got to keep at it. Then we just set the boards to the side and go from there. Then we take a Sawzall and try to cut most of the wood out that we can with a dull blade down to the nails. This is a wood cutting blade. Then we take an oscillating tool and we go in there and we try to get through most of the nails that we can. This is also a dull blade. So we keep working at it, then we can finally get it bent and get that 2x4 out of there. Yeehaw! And once we get that 2x4 out of there, we sweep off all the rotted wood and maybe mold and bugs and spiders. Then we take a torch and we dry this concrete out. It's rained here 3 or 4 days in a row. It's really wet. We have to get that dry, get all the water out of there, because we're going to be putting more wood on top of it. Although it is treated wood, we still want to get this dry. Then I would find the center of that column down there so I could transfer that mark to the top of that crossbeam there. I used a level to do that. That way I can find the center up there. That way when I put the top block up there, it would be centered. Then we'd use that plumb bob and come down, and I would center it with the center of the bottom block. Here I'm using tape to mark that block so I know where it goes. If I put this adhesive on here, that way it'll kind of help hold that block in place. I'm not going to use concrete anchors because I'm afraid that the concrete in here would just end up just crumbling away. Once I get that set in place, it's time to get the tape measure and measure that distance right there for the 4x4. Get that all figured out. We usually make it a little bit long. Go over there, cut that 4x4 to the perfect length. Well, not actually the perfect length. We would cut it just, a 1/16 of an inch long. We want this thing to wedge into here, so it's in there nice and tight. As we let that jack down, it's going to put a lot of weight on there. Then once we get it in there, we use some exterior screws get it hooked in the bottom, make sure it's all centered up in there really good. My OCD kicks in on stuff like this here. But we get that screwed into that bottom there, then we make sure everything is level, both sides, let that jack down, make sure to catch that board. As usual, things don't line up just perfect, so we're trying to tap this in, trying to get it perfectly centered. OCD, I tell you. Here we're tapping the bottom of that in, make sure it's centered up with the tape lines that I have down there. Get it in there, making sure the top's not moving or anything. Pain in the butt, but we get it. You know, a little tap here and there, a tap there and here, but we get it set in there. Once it's perfect, we attach it to the top with screws. Then for the last post, we just grabbed a bottle of shampoo with conditioner, we lathered it up, and we just rinsed and repeat. By this time of the day, it got really cold. I had to put on some jeans and a long sleeve shirt. We took all that scrap wood that we took off the front porch and brought it back here and put it on a already really wet burn pile. Here I'm taking 93 octane gasoline and find that no. I'm putting diesel on this. I'm going to try to just get it all in there. Really want to try to help get this thing going because it's really wet, but I hope we can get it going. This is actually why I bought this torch in the first place. It is great to get the brush fire. My son here is just going around just trying to get some kind of little fires going off of that diesel fuel. I'm going to try to dry some of the wood out so we can get it going. It takes a while. Sometimes you can just stick it into the bottom of the fire and just let the flame go up and everything on it. And eventually the thing takes off. It is now a new day. It got really cold yesterday, but this is where we ended up. Today I'm by myself. My son couldn't make it today, but today we're going to take these cedar treated whatever boards over here, basically for privacy fence, and I'm going to wrap them around these. Okay, for these end posts here, I couldn't really get it from there to hit the center of this, but as you can see kind of the outline right around here, it just doesn't, you know, it wasn't centered to begin with. So I'm going to go with that there. But these two middle ones, I found the center of the, I guess the little concrete column there and went straight up to there. And I've got that post there centered on this one and that one. And then down there on the end, it's not centered on there either. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from here all the way down to there and just put a board there. I do have these spaced out up here from the front edge, which I know this is just old stuff, but it'll fit in there, and I'll get these 4 columns cased up today. Well, got them done. One there, one there, one there, and another one down there. They're not perfect because the house isn't perfect. You can see there, things just aren't level there, and they're not level down there, especially this one, because it's broken off, but it'll work for this old house. I can take some kind of silicone or something and beat up in all them cracks there. One of these days I might paint these, I might not. Well, I need to get this mess cleaned up here. I'm going to keep some of these boards, and some of them I'm going to put on the burn pile out back, and then I need to blow this porch off because it's horrible looking. But that's about it for fixing these columns. Well, I hope to have more videos of the land. A lot of neat stuff back through them woods. I actually need to get this lawn mowed. But it's not all that high, and I haven't mowed it in probably 2.5 months, so the grass here don't grow all that much. This grass here does, though. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. And as usual, see ya!